Everyone. We're here. I'm so glad. I thought that I was going to have a party and no one was coming. Turns out maybe it was just me that wasn't coming. I don't know what there. Anyway, well, welcome. We'll get started so that we can make up for lost time. Thanks everyone for coming. I see two Kathys, Debbie and Max. Max, you're with Get Set Up?
Yes, Deb, I'm with Get Set Up.
Okay, hello. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me a second here. So we can get started. All right, so you should see my presentation right now that says read and record stories for your grandchildren. Everybody seeing that? Okay. So I'm going to take a look here in the chat, see if anybody is messaging. It says, so welcome. Max is part of our Get Set Up team now. A TA, and you're going to help me out today. Thank you so much, Max. So before we get started,
you're welcome.
A little bit about me. My name is Deb, and I will be your guide for this class on reading and recording stories for your grandchildren. I just love this class because people come to this class and just get excited about what the possibilities are. So I want to hear all about what's going on with you. But before we do that, I won't get ahead of myself. A little bit about me. My background is in psychology and adult and organizational development, which means that all of my career I've spent training or coaching or managing or doing something in the development of people. So moving into this role at Get Set Up has been really fun because I get to talk about things like reading to your grandchildren and cooking heart-healthy meals and so on. So I have grandchildren that live in Nevada. I'm on the East Coast, so I can understand what a challenge that is to not only be kind of separate from your grandchildren because of the pandemic, but also under normal conditions, if you happen to live across time zones or even across town, it can get really hard. So we're going to talk about some strategies for that. So is there anyone who's here that is brand new to Get Set Up, taking your very first class today? Kathy, well, welcome and good for you for joining, and you're here on camera and you've got your microphone set to go. So everything seems working, like it's working for you. Is that right? Perfect. I just want to say this about our Get Set Up platform. We are a very welcoming group, and we like participation. That's what sets us apart. So the best way to participate is to do exactly what you're doing, Kathy, and that is to have your camera on and ask questions and share in the discussion. So as much as we can do that, depends on the size of a class, but we're always welcoming you to unmute yourself and ask questions, and also to have conversation in the chat box. Is everyone familiar with how to get to the chat? Anybody?
I have a question.
Okay, Gertrude.
Yeah, this is my first time. I never even heard of this group. And anyway, so I'm new to technology also. So did you start a little late, past 10 o'clock? I was wondering if I did something wrong.
No, Gertrude, you absolutely did not do anything wrong. We just had a little glitch in the system. I was sitting in the room waiting for everyone, and everyone was sitting somewhere waiting for me. So something happened, but we got it squared away.
Okay, because when you don't know technology, you don't know if you're doing something wrong or if it's on the other end. So
I know, exactly.
Thank you.
The one thing we know about this is that these things are going to happen. And, being a little bit older, I tend to think that I get a little like seized up and worried, but I think, hey, we have to just take this in stride because this is the way the world is. So I take a lesson from what I learned. Just
keeps us humble.
Easy on yourself. What did you say?
It keeps us humble.
Keeps us, hey, you said it. That's very true. So anyway, if you can come on camera, that's great. If you can participate using unmuting yourself, you can use that using the space bar. If you're on a computer, you can just press your space bar and it unmutes you for a moment. If you're on a computer or otherwise, you can scroll to where your Zoom toolbar is, and there's a place down there that says chat. So is it possible that you see that, Kathy? If you don't see it there, it might be under a place at the end that says more with 3 dots. So if you find that chat, I think that Max has put something in there already, and you might open that up and check it out. And Max, could you or did you perhaps put the help@getsetup email address in there if you wouldn't mind? And that help@getsetup.io email box, for especially those of you who are new, is gets you access to our learner support group, and they are really helpful in getting you through any kind of technical issues that you may have. You can also contact that address to ask for recordings of this class, because we are recording it. And I want to double check and make sure I am doing that. Yep, absolutely. And so we want you to feel confident to write to them. And also, after this class, I'm going to be sending you an email that will have links to the things that we look at today, because we're going to look at a lot of websites and a lot of ideas, and you'll want to go back and go through those at your leisure and sort of get to know what is going on there. We cover a lot today. You wouldn't expect to know and be a pro at all of it. I'm going to suggest some other classes for you to take, and I hope you'll come back if you have other questions and if you want to just explore it more deeply, because a lot of people do that. The first time around is just kind of like, wow, this is really available. And the second time around is, oh, okay, I have some specific questions about this now. So do come back if that's comfortable for you. And there are people perhaps joining us by live stream today. So I just want to give a shout out to you all and welcome you. And if you would like to participate more in the class, I would encourage you to go ahead and register on the Get Set Up website. We'd love to entertain your questions too and have you part of the conversation. Lastly, I just want to say that this class is of my own creation, and none of the products or the websites or any of the services that I show you are anything that we as Get Set Up or I as a guide get any financial kickback from or any financial relationship. So just like to show you things that are interesting and I hope helpful to you. So here's what we're going to do with as much time as we have today. Like I said, we're going to talk about why do we read and record stories for grandchildren. So I specifically would like to hear from you, and you might even start putting that in the chat, like how many grandchildren you have and are you reading to them now? And then we can talk about it a little bit. And then we're going to talk about some strategies. How do you use Zoom, the very platform you're on right now, to read to your grandchildren? And then we're also going to take a look at a super easy service that you can use to, it's an all-in-one website where you have audio, visual, books, all in one. You don't need Zoom, you don't need FaceTime. It is a subscription service, but it may be one that you're interested in. And then finally, with the time that we have left, and I think it might be slim, we're going to look at how to record yourself reading a book. And again, you can come on back and learn more about that if we don't get through that today. So I just want to, without spending a whole lot of time, it's real important to me to understand where you're coming from. So I'm going to first look at the chat, but if you'd like to unmute yourself and just tell me real quickly, well, let me ask you this. I'm conscious it's 10:16. Let me ask you, how many of you have grandchildren now that you read to? Yeah. And are they under the age, how many of them are under the age of 10? Okay, so you have some younger ones. And what about you, Carol?
Oh, I'm a program director for a foster grandparent program, and
Okay.
we're not able to be in our classrooms right now. And so I'm thinking of this as an opportunity for them to be of service to the classrooms by reading and, sending the recordings to the teachers to share with the students.
Beautiful. And you know what? We've had several folks coming in who are foster grandparents who've taken this class. So they get excited about it too. That's a nice way for them to interact when they are missing the kids too. So, okay, well, good. Let's keep going. I'd like to hear more, but I'm just going to keep going so you can get the benefit of what we want to talk about today. Here are some of the things that I think are beneficial to this reading and recording on for grandchildren. You can enjoy a closer relationship online. It is so hard when you're apart to be able to do that. You're used to snuggling up on the sofa with them side by side, and you just maybe can't do that anymore, or at this point very often. And it is something that can also give them something to look forward to. My grandchildren are a little bit older now, so this doesn't apply to them so much anymore, but I see that they are getting so bored with being isolated and feeling like their routine is the same thing all the time. So this is a way to really spice up a routine schedule for your grandchildren, give them something to look forward to, and not to mention give you something to look forward to. And then you can also create some really special memories. I'm going to show you a way to record stories in your own voice that doesn't really even require the computer. And that's a nice gift, nice memory. And finally, the benefit that I think is so strong is that research really supports that not only does reading help children read better and comprehend better, but it does something in that left side of the brain to wake it up and really create abilities to learn in other areas as well. Are there other benefits that you personally see to this that brought you to class today? What brought you here? You can unmute yourself. Quiet group. Just say.
I have a question. There is an app called Caribou, and I don't know if you'll be talking about that, but I was wondering how to use that app.
Yeah, Denise, that's a great question. I remember when I was.
It's Marlene.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The other box lit up. Okay. Marlene. Yes. Caribou was one that I researched in the beginning. I have to be honest with you. I can't recall it so much. It just didn't make it to my final list of resources. So I'd have to reacquaint myself with that.
Oh, okay.
But maybe if we have a moment after the class, we can take a look at it together if you like.
Oh, that sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? I heard a couple voices there.
Oh, I may have to leave early today. That's the problem. We have an appointment, so I may have to leave early.
Okay, well, come on back, Marlene. We'll talk more about it, and maybe I'll get a chance to take a look at it then before we come back. All right, so let's talk about using Zoom and your computer. So some of you are here at Get Set Up for the very first time. Does this also mean that you're using Zoom for the very first time? Anybody using Zoom for the first time? Okay, so you're somewhat familiar, with Zoom. And so this is a great tool for you. And what you imagine what you're doing is switching roles. Right now, you're sitting as a participant in this class, but you'd be playing the role that I'm playing as the meeting host, and you'd be sharing your screen. So that's the essence of this. Has anyone done that before? Okay.
Yeah.
Carol, you've done it. Denise, you've done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's the next step. That's the next skill. So we do have classes for that, and you can attend a class to learn how to do that if you haven't done it already. So again, this will just show you the possibilities. And when you're using Zoom and your computer, it is the best thing is to use Mac or a PC or a full-size computer if you can, or even another monitor, something that you can see a big screen on so you can read. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing the book on the computer. So when you read to how many of you read to your grandchildren right now on the computer? Anybody do that? Kathy, how do you?
I read to other children.
You read to other children?
Yeah, because I'm a tutor, a reading tutor.
Mm-hmm. And Denise, how do you do that? Do you hold the book up to the computer screen?
No, I'm under AARP tutoring, and they set up a program where the book is virtually set up in the system. So
beautiful.
The children and I can see the book at the same time.
Do you know what that program is?
No, not really, but I can find out. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about you, Kathy? How do you do it? Can you unmute yourself? You want to turn on your microphone?
Okay, am I unmuted?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I have grandkids in Manila, and so I'm using an iPad and I try to set it up. Zoom doesn't work so well because their internet's kind of in and out. It's better if I record a story and then send it, and then they can replay it.
Okay.
But I have trouble trying to hold the book or show the book and show me, or at the same time. That's why I'm in this class today.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, so you're really interested in the recording. Is there anybody else who's super interested in the recording of this? Should I turn this upside down? Okay, I'm thinking about this because of our time. I'm going to come back to the recording piece and show you that. Well, I can't really do that. I need to show you how to get to the books. So let's just go through a part of this anyway. I'm going to show you how to get to a book that you can display on your screen, first of all, so that you don't have to hold the book, Kathy, while you're reading and recording. So your local library is the best place to start. And what I'm going to do is show you right now my local library page, because I want to just show you if you're going to your library, how you might go about finding what you need. How many of you now use the downloadable books? Okay, Carol, you do. Okay, so what we're looking for are the ebooks, electronic books, digital books. So here you can see on my library's homepage that they have navigation here, and I come over to books and media, and I see that under digital, there's ebooks. And what I can tell you about your library is that they want you to do this. So they want to be helpful. If you come in here and you look at these instructions for getting ebooks from the library and you don't understand, if you pick up the phone, they're going to give you a hand. So when I click on this, what I find are the services that my library signs up with to allow me to read and take out ebooks. I can't really get them out of my library directly. I get them from the service that the library buys into. You might see services called Overdrive or Libby, or try to think of what the other one, there's another big one. Maybe some of you use one. Carol, you want to unmute yourself?
Mine is Hoopla.
Hoopla, that's right. Hoopla is another one. Mine is Access 360. So when I click on Access 360, I go into my library because I've already set this up. Now, when you set it up at your library, you will need your library card and your identification number to set this up. And you should be able to follow links and get into the service that you can sign up for. Like I said, the librarian will be more than happy to help you with that if you can't. So you can see up here, this says ycl.access360.baker-taylor.com. That just means that this is my library, but it's not my library's homepage. It's not its website. It's the library at that website. So they're kind of two separate things, but You come in and have your membership, and it even looks like you're in your library. So the books that you get from Access 360 or Hoopla or Overdrive may have little symbols like this, which represents headphones. So that's an audio book, not what you want. And then a little book that would be signifying ebook. And if I go up here, I can click on my library. Oh, that's what it brought me to. This is my library. And I have already checked out a book, which was very easy to do. And when I check out a book, it puts it in my library and it immediately sends it back when it is overdue, or when it's due, I should say. So I can also see that this one, for instance, is expiring soon. So when I click on this book, I can either download it or I can just read it right from here. And now think about your grandchild seeing this on the computer screen. You know what? I just had a thought. My library has been really closed down a lot during the pandemic, and they have been closed since my library card expired on Friday. That's what's happening here. And they have not been open, so I can show you. How many of errors today? This is bad. But come back, because I really want to show you this piece of it. Instead, what I'm going to show you is this, what you can do with Amazon. Who buys books from Amazon? Anybody buy books from Amazon or have an Amazon?
I'm a Prime.
I do.
I'm a Prime member, so I think I can get one book a month or one book every week or something like that.
Yeah, I'd like to know how to use that too.
Okay, great. Then let's take a look at that. So you can have an Amazon Kindle reader. Some people have those, but you don't really need an Amazon Kindle reader, because Amazon has what is called a cloud reader, and also a website where you can read books without just read them on your computer screen. So let's take a look here. What I'm going to do is send you this little instruction that tells you how to download the app onto your mobile device or onto your PC, and or how to use the Kindle Cloud Reader, which doesn't require an app at all. So you'll just be able to come to this when I send it in the email and click on this, and it will take you into the Cloud Reader, which is where your books will reside. Now, I want to show you how to do that. If you have an Amazon account, you can buy books. Now, I do have a Prime account. So when I come into my account, which is where I am right now, I can click on Kindle Books and see all the books that are available, and I can search. So I can search children's ebooks and see all the books that are available for sale. I can also do a search by title up here or by author. Now, one thing that Kindle does, or Amazon does do for its Prime members, is offer free children's books. Actually, I think if you're if you are actually just have an Amazon account, you can get to these. Do you see that this says that this book is $0 before your credits, or $0? It's available instantly. I could download this book for nothing. And so you're able to do that. You're able to get some free books from Amazon. So I would say, go ahead and look for free books and try one out and see how it works. So I do want to draw to your attention that this is not a free book. When it says Kindle Unlimited underneath it, even though it says $0 up here, it means that you subscribe to a monthly service. So you really need to look for Kindles that are $0 without that information underneath it. Does that make sense? So I can really just go to this, click on this book, and I can just buy it with one click, and it will immediately go into my library if I do it. Now, I'm not going to add this one because I have a boatload of these books now in my library, so more than what I need right now. And looks like I have $5 in eligible ebook credits. So with the work that I've been doing on Amazon, I've gotten some credits. So you can.
May I ask a question?
You may.
With Amazon, can you pay by credit card, and do you send the number? Or how does that work?
Yes, you absolutely do. You can set up an account, and you can set up your account. When you set up your account, they will ask you for a credit card number. So if I'm not mistaken, I think you can.
And you leave a card number with them, or every time you?
Yes, you absolutely can. I was just trying to think about whether you can make it that you enter it each time. You probably have the option to do that too, but I have mine stored at Amazon because I'm trusting they're going to keep my information secure.
Okay, but you don't have to have it. I wouldn't like to store it myself. I wouldn't do that.
No, you could put it on when you set up your account. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when I go over here and click on this side pancake, this area right here that gives me all, I can come down here to where it says Kindle e-readers and books, click on this side arrow, and come down to where it says Kindle Cloud Reader if I want to use the reader. I'm just going to use that today. Takes me immediately into my library, and you can see that the address is read.amazon.com. And I happen to have been in the middle of a book, so I'll go back. This was one that I thought was a lot of fun. This is how the books look. This is Olaf's Night Before Christmas. So it's laying out 2 pages of the book, and you have page turners right here. And now you can see what your grandchild would be seeing, and you're seeing it at the same time. So imagine this, Kathy, if you wanted to record the book at this point, you would be reading it off the screen and recording at the same time. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So questions about that? Here are all my books. I went back to my library. These are all the books that I can pull up that I bought from Amazon. And so you can see that they have very different graphics. And I would recommend that you take a look at those. Of course, you're picking an age-appropriate book, and you look at the graphics to make sure that they're going to grab the children's attention. You need them to be really stimulating. Okay, questions about that? What can we talk about there with Amazon? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Is the print usually easy to read on the screen? Because I saw one of the books you had, it looks like I need to make the print larger. Is there a way to do that?
Yes, that's a great question. So let's go back. So when I'm on my computer, I can, depends on, well, on these books, no, not really.
That print looks clear.
Yeah.
It's bold.
It is bold. And that's why I also think that if you are buying these books that you want to check to see if they really do translate on the screen and they look good with the print not being too small.
Right.
Let's see. Was it this one that you were concerned about?
I think the Olaf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little, well, yeah, I'd have to look closer up.
Yeah. That's a good question. I can't answer that. I know that on something, when you have a book like this, you can't really zoom in and out that I'm aware of on this Kindle reader. You just look. But on some things that you're using, like from the library, you can zoom in and zoom out. So different services will be different. And this is one that I don't see that you can do that with.
Okay.
Great question, though. I'll look into that a little bit more too.
Okay.
So you're welcome. There are some other resources. There's a website called the Oxford Owl that allows you to work with your tablet as well as with your computer. And I'm going to send that site along with you again in favor of getting onto the Zoom and showing you how to record for yourself too, using Loom. I mentioned to you that you can be a Zoom host, and I just want to point this out to you. This is the class you might like to take it, get set up to learn how to host your own meeting so that you can project a book. And I will send you a link to that. So I want to show you this service as well. This is all-in-one software that you might find really fun. It's called Redio, and it is for 0 to 8 years of age. So it's for a little younger crowd. You can get a free trial. There's way more than 200 books now. I've noticed that what they've done is really changed even their videos. So I can see that they've recently beefed these up from where they were when I first started with them. And I'm just going to play this very short video. It gives you an idea of how the whole thing can work.
Come here, I have a surprise for you. You ready? Look for this. Hi, honey.
Can you hear it?
Grandma. How are you? She's gonna read to you. On a rainy Saturday during vacation. Redio makes it possible to read real picture books together, no matter how far apart you are. Redio combines video chat with digital picture books to create a patented experience called book chat, so you can focus on the story. You're funny, Grandma. And see the joy on their faces.
And then she said, please sign it. The end.
Can you read another one, Dad?
Sure.
Redio adds new books to its library every week, which includes Caldecott winners and New York Times bestsellers from Simon & Schuster, Candlewick Press, and more. Each subscription comes with 5 accounts, making it possible for grandparents, parents, siblings, and family friends to all have access to over $4,000 worth of picture books. And Redio adds more titles every week. And it's so easy to use. Just hop on Redio at the same time for video story time, or an excuse to catch up and connect.
You roared very loud.
Thousands of people have shared invaluable quality time with their loved ones on Redio. Just see what they have to say about it. Go to Redio.com and start your free 14-day trial today. Give your family the gift of connecting with those they love, no matter the distance. Sign up at Redio.com and give the gift of reading together tonight.
So I wanted to show you that because I think it's a nice alternative if you want to get started with something simple and you want to try something a little different. It gives you that ability to connect very quickly with younger ones. And the quality of the stories and the graphics of the stories are so nice. So it is an option that you might want to check out. I'm going to just skip storyline online for the moment, and I'm going to talk about these recordable opportunities. We'll start with using this Loom in order to record yourself reading a book. So we've already taken a look at a Kindle book like this, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of this book. I'm going to show you a service called Loom. This is a screencasting software. Have you ever heard of screencasting or screen recording? Excuse me, screen recording software. And it allows you to record what is on your screen, speak while you're doing it, and also have your face in the screen. So you get everything at once. And there are several of these softwares that are available, and we have a class about this. So I'm going to suggest that if you like this idea, you go ahead and take that class. It's called Share Your Ideas Using Screencasting or Screen Recording. I'll send that to you in the email, and you'll get a chance to practice this a little bit more. I selected Loom because it's easy to use. I use it. It's free for up to 5 minutes. You are able to download the videos that you make. So if you were to decide to get yourself a subscription, you could take it out for a very short period of time if you want, and then download your videos and keep them, and then move on. You don't have to have a subscription forever and ever to do this. So I want to show you Loom. I have a Loom account. So this automatically takes me into my Loom account. But if you were to go to loom.com, you would get a chance to sign up for an account. And then you would see something like what I see here, which allows me to look at my personal library. And when I click on it, these are going to be all the videos that I've made on using Loom. And I make videos to announce these classes. And you can see here, I'm not recording my screen, I'm just recording myself. So you have that option too. And so this little symbol here at the top, this little purple spiky thing, is an extension for Chrome. How many of you use Chrome? Anybody use Google Chrome? If you use Google Chrome, you can add an extension, and right here it is. Or you can just come to your site, and you can record from here by clicking on record a video. So you can go to loom.com into your account, and you can record a video from here. And in that case, what I want to do is pull up my well, I'm just discovering something here. If I am on, maybe very helpful for you to go ahead and get a Chrome extension, because it allows you to come right here to this screen and click on the extension, and then to record your voice, your face, and the screen. Can you see that? Can you see the countdown?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where I would just start to record myself reading this book.
Oh, there you
for
are.
Christmas, and you can see me down here. I can move this around different places in the book. Different books allow you to move at different places, I guess, different screens. I can also make my face bigger or smaller. It's usually better to keep it smaller because you're not covering up so much of the book. And when you're finished, all you do is click a check mark, and your book has been recorded. So now you can do a little bit of trimming at the front end and the back end of this video if you want, if there are things here that you don't like about it. and then you can play it. Down? Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is where I would just start to record myself reading this book, Olaf's Night Before Christmas, and you can see me down here. Okay, so there it is. Now, was somebody asking a question? Hello? Are you there?
No, but I have one. Is this Loom? You said loom.com. So
Yeah,
in order to.
Yes, this is loom.com.
Okay.
Okay. I was just reading the chat a little bit there.
Can you try it for free?
Yes, you can. You can. It's all actually. You have it. You can get a free account, and you have up to 5 minutes per recording. And I did another recording for a small children's book that it only took me 2.5 minutes or so to read that book. So, you know, those are books that are for younger children. Oftentimes they aren't very long. So you can practice that. And then if you do decide that you want to explore it further, you can try a 1-month subscription for $10. And then all you need to do is copy the link here. Click on copy the link. And you can paste that into an email, send it over a chat or a text, any way that you would normally send a link, and then your grandchild can access that at any time of the day or night, or in Manila, wherever you happen to wherever you happen to be sending it to them.
13 hours difference, so
yeah, you don't have much choice, do you?
A little hard to connect in person.
Sure is. Sure is. So what do you think about that? What was I not clear about here?
Well, you move pretty fast, but
yeah,
it's one of those things that we pretty much have to get on and try. But I like being able to have me and the book on the same screen. That would be really, because holding the book it just hasn't worked very well.
No, it doesn't work very well at all. And I'm just checking this out here. If I have the right screen up, I can also do the recording right from the website, because do you see where it's allowing me? Can you see my screen where it shows 2 screens here and says share? Can you see that, or can only I see that?
No.
You can't see that. So what I'm getting here from the website is an option to pick a screen that I'm going to be recording. And the way that I have the class set up here today with my screens doesn't really show the book right now, but I could set my screen up so it would show the book, and I'd be able to record it from the website as well. I showed it using the extension, but you could do it from loom.com. You would just need to set your screens up appropriately. So that would take a little bit of doing, and what we can do is talk more about that too in another session if you come back and we talk more. But you can talk about that too in the screen recording class. That's really where we get into the depth of how to make this technology work. So let me see where we are. We're at 10:50, and I realize I'm kind of jumping around because I wanted to address everything that you were all interested in. Share your ideas using screencasting. That's the class. That's the class where you'll learn the technical aspects of Loom and some other screencasting software. They all have slightly different things that they provide. I just say I like Loom. It's easy. But you might find another one taking that class that you like better and get a chance to practice there. So the last thing I want to show you right now is Storyline Online. Has anyone ever used Storyline Online? This is fun, and this gives you another option for reading a book together with you without you actually doing the reading. So you can be enjoying this together. Now, one of the things I didn't mention to you in the beginning of this class, though I did say it's helpful to be on a larger screen, is that when your grandchildren are looking at this, it's helpful for them to also be on a larger screen. So they're all really kind of used to looking at phones and looking at iPads, but if you can get them to look on a computer, it's going to be a more vivid experience for them. And another thing that you can do is have their parents perhaps screen mirror onto the smart TV. That will make everything even much larger, and you will get audio as well as the video. So you get the surround sound with that. You might also be able to, well, it's kind of nice to be able to do this over Zoom, because then you're both watching it in real time at the same time. Because if you were watching it on your device and they were watching it on their device from separate applications of YouTube, which is what this storyline is, you wouldn't be synced up. So it's kind of nice to be able to project it and then share it. And so Storyline Online is a free service. It's on YouTube, a series of books being read by celebrities. And I will send you the link to this. What I like about this is that you can, like I said, relax and kind of watch it along with the child. You still have the power to pause it or stop it along the way. And you get a chance to see how celebrities read books to children and maybe even emulate some of their styles. And I just like the way that they interact between the book being kind of graphically displayed on the screen with some movement and the reader. So let's take a look at one of these books. Let's see. I have to pick a new one every so often because I see the same ones. Honestly, I think I have little technology gremlins today. I'm glad you guys have a sense of humor about this. Let's try this one. Here we go. Now, when I click on this, it'll start, but I wanted to just show you there are a few other things here. You can share this with various, with links to email and so on if you like. There's a teacher's guide here, so you have some other information that will help you to just give this an active, kind of complete experience, and you can expand this.
Hi, welcome to SAG Foundation's Book Pals Storyline Online. My name is Eric Close, and today I'm going to be reading When Picasso Met Mootisse, written and illustrated by Nina Layden. There once was a young pig named Picasso. While the other piglets rolled in the mud and played games, Picasso painted. He painted anything and everything, and in a most unusual way. At the same time, there once was a young bull named Mootisse. Mootisse was not like the other bulls. He wasn't interested in bullfighting. Mootisse was happy only when he painted pictures. And he painted big, bold, bright pictures.
So that's an example. Let's see about this one.
Welcome to Storyline Online, brought to you by the SAG-AFTRA Foundation. I am Chris O'Dowd, and today I'm going to read Arne the Donut, written and illustrated by Laurie Keller. Arne turned out to be just the kind of donut he'd hoped he'd be. Chocolate covered with bright colored candy sprinkles. Look at all my sprinkles. There must be 1,000,000 of them. Actually, there were only 135, but I'm not going to spoil it for him. He was made very early in the morning at the downtown bakery, home of the best donuts around.
I show you that because here you could see where the author was going back and forth with the book. The other one was about the book, and he might have come on later, but I think that's really neat. Did you notice the captions at the bottom? You can enable those or disable those. One of the things I think is neat about that is you could, if you wanted to, play the book and listen to it and kind of follow along with the captions. And then you could come back and mute the audio and have the child read the book. So there's lots of ways that you might be able to use this service. What do you think about this, about Storyline Online? You like that?
Yes, looks
like
interesting.
There's so many choices there. It's completely free. It is the nonprofit, so it's a nice option. I was talking with my local librarian the other day before my library card expired, had I only known, and she said that she said that one of the things that she finds really helpful is to Google in YouTube. If you go to YouTube and Google the name of a book, the title of a book that you're interested in, there are oftentimes many YouTube videos of people reading books that are online there. Now, you would need to preview those. I'm sure they're all across the board from a quality standpoint. But she just told me that, so I haven't had a chance. I didn't really explore that a whole lot beyond what we had here with Storyline Online. The other thing I would mention to you that we couldn't look at today is this Bookflix by Scholastic. And you can ask your local library. This would be a subscription that your library has. And these are really high quality ebooks that you can access from the library. They'd be really great for doing a Loom video, recording a story. Okay. And that kind of brings us to the end of our session. We've just got a couple of minutes to go. I will send you information on the Hallmark recordable books. They are not technology at all. They are books you can buy and record your voice and send as a keepsake. I see that.
Oh, yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, so that's these.
And I have a question.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, so the name of this, I found you I was online looking for Spanish learning material classes and that kind of thing. And I found you. And from my understanding, the name of this group or center is Get Set Up. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
And so what state are you from? What state is this?
The company?
Excuse me?
The company itself?
No, also this is a company. Oh, okay. So I was just wondering, because as you mentioned, mentioned York Library. So I mean, so is this a actual physical place? Get Set Up? Is it an actual physical place before the virus? That people used to go to?
No, we were actually always online, and we're a relatively new company that sort of got a focus when the pandemic came on to help seniors a little bit with like staying connected and learning technology. So we are all over the country. We are also in India. We're in Australia. We're in the UK. We have people all over the place.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just showing you York Library because that happens to be where I am, and I'm showing you an example. But your library will have similar kinds of things.
I'm in New York. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. We're neighbors then, relatively speaking. So come on back. I hope you'll join us again for another class.
And do you know, would you happen to know if they have anything with Spanish or any other language learning, things, foreign language learning?
Yes,
classes?
actually there are. Yes, there are.
Okay.
So, and that's more all the time. So we're working on that. A modest amount right now, but we're working on more Spanish language kinds of classes and others as we grow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we talked about a lot, tried to went back and forth on some things. It didn't flow quite the way I would have had it flow and as it normally does, but I hope that you just got some ideas, and like I say, would welcome having you back. Scheduling and hosting Zoom meetings, sharing your ideas using screencasting, and then this online resources to teach children remotely. That's another class that I teach that is really kind of jam-packed full of information. My next classes are in heart healthy cooking and soups from scratch. So something completely different. And you're going to get all of these links for the things that I showed you and then some for anything we didn't cover in an email. Make sure you check your junk email because it could go in there if you haven't put Get Set Up in your contact file. If you do have problems though, get in touch with help@getsetup.io And at the bottom of the email, there's a place to give feedback. You can click on the button and that will take you to a feedback form. You can also click on the view schedule button at the bottom of the email and it will automatically take you into the website to book another class. And we do like to spread the word about Get Set Up. We're glad you're here, Gertrude, and others who are here for the very first time. If you're interested in hosting interest groups because there's a topic or subject you really love, let us know and suggest classes that you would want. You can certainly do that in the feedback. That would be great. We do partner with assisted care facilities, with senior living, and also with community and government organizations. So if you feel like that's something that an agency or an organization in your community could benefit from, get us in touch with them. That would be great. And again, you can request a recording or more help from help@getsetup.io. And if you want to stay on after the class for any additional questions or for assistance, please do so. And I will stop sharing my screen and just give you a moment there to open the floor for any final conversations before we say goodbye. I want to thank you all very much for coming today and for being understanding of some of the technical difficulties we ran into today.
So in order for me to find out more information about any classes, Spanish classes, especially that you have, I just go on the website. I guess that's what you call it, website, just like I did now.
Yeah, Gertrude, why don't you hang on for a moment and why don't we look at that together?
Okay, thank you. That's great.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Deb.
You're very welcome. Yes, Vivian, I see you have your hand raised.
Oh, finally.
Vivian, do you have your hand raised? Kathy, anything?
It was very interesting. I think it's kind of like a first class starting for me. And then after I experiment, I'll need to take it again and see if I can do any of the things.
Come on back. I think we'll have a much, there's a logical progression for this. And I did hop around a little bit and there are some other things. I think it would fill in the gaps better. And so, yeah, this was definitely a quick overview for sure today. So thanks a lot for coming. And yeah, I think it sounds like it has a lot of possibilities, especially that screencasting class for you for recording stories for your screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. That was very interesting.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Vivian.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I missed the part about read.amazon.com. Is that free?
Yes, that's the free Amazon Kindle reader. So once you buy some books from the library or from Amazon, once you download books from Amazon, you can go to that reader and just access your library and read your books. The mobile apps for Amazon Kindle are also free. All the apps that Amazon provides for you to be able to read their books are free. But you need an Amazon account.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you are welcome to sign off. I want to thank you again for coming. And I want to answer any questions for anybody who wants to stay on because I realize we had some quick movement through some of those things. So you're welcome to say goodbye or stay online. And I'll just ask either Victor or Max, do you want to come on? You want to come on a camera here? Maybe we can help Gertrude. And Nargis will answer a question for you.
Hi, Deb. Yeah, I do have it in a technical question I would like to ask.
Okay. Is it about the class or about Get Set Up?
It's about Get Set Up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max, are you there?
You did a wonderful job. You did a wonderful job.
No, that's okay.
You've done. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Can I tell you my my question about?
Sure.
So I have a tablet that when I first joined Get Set Up, which I was trying to get set up there, and when when I tried to it's Zoom, and it told me that it was downloaded, but yet when I tried to open Get Set Up, it wouldn't allow me to. And so right now I'm on someone else's laptop that I'm doing it now, and I have to give it up today. So, so I just want to see if I can get it from my own device, which is just a tablet. It's a
okay. Yeah. So right. So the link is not opening on the tab, but it is opening in your laptop, right?
Oh yeah.
Or your PC.
The laptop is good. But okay, I needed to open on my tablet because that's what I own and that's what I have to use from this afternoon.
Okay, right. So what's the issue you're getting?
Sorry?
I mean, what's the issue you're getting actually? The link is expired or something?
The link? No, the link is not expired. It's telling me, okay, let me see if I can open one if I will get a message. What's on now? 11? Okay. It's not 11. Oh yeah, it is 11. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so when I open it, the Zoom is not opening. Okay.
So do you have Zoom app downloaded over there?
Yeah, it's downloaded. That's and then it will say I can't remember what it says now. Okay.
I think you have to log in through your email ID.
Okay, I got it. I got my email. My email is good. I get into my email. So I got one now that is starting at 11 o'clock. Okay, so you have one starting with Russ Ains. Okay, there's one getting set up now. So when I click on join class, okay, let me tell you exactly what it says when I click on it. So the app is coming up, get set up, IO, and it's circling around. And it says, okay, so it says, get set up Gmail, launch Zoom. Okay.
Right.
So I'm clicking right now on launch and it says click open on the dialog shown by your browser. Click open on the dialog shown by your browser. If you don't see a dialog, click launch meeting. Okay, so there is launch meeting. Should I click on that now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, I'm clicking on it and it says it's now don't have Zoom client installed. Download from Google Play or Zoom.
Yeah, right. So he's saying that you have to download it from Google app or Google Play. So you don't have app downloaded.
Yeah, at first it was telling me, today it's telling me I don't have it downloaded. Now it's saying you don't have it, the client installed. So when I did try to download the Zoom, so I have to go to Google Play. Is that what you're saying? Go to Google Play?
Yeah, right. Can you share your email ID to me?
My email, you want my email ID?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I can, Nargis Ramlogan. I can put it in a chat if you want.
Yeah, you can put it there. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I'll share you a link later on after this session.
Right, okay.
We can have work done. Thank you. Okay, so we'll look into it later.
And who am I speaking to, please?
Victor.
Victor. Okay, yeah. I got your name. You got my name. You got my info. Keep in touch.
Right. Definitely.
Get set up has my phone number and everything. Okay, so when I was not able to, oh yeah, okay, so in the bottom now in the fine prints, it's telling me that's it. It came up now. Do you want to download Zoom 5.apk again?
Yeah, so you have to click on it. It will be automatically downloaded.
Okay, so I'm downloading it again. That's what it's saying. That's what I'm saying. I know I did download it. So I'm just click on the download again. Okay. Okay. See, the Zoom icon and everything is showing. And I clicked on it again. And okay. Nothing is happening.
Gertrude, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I understand that you also have you've given your email to Max. Is that right? Max?
I gave my email. I thought it was to you. I'm not certain, but I did give my email.
Okay, so you gave your email. And
also for you to send me the link for the Zoom, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Oh, I meant how to host a meeting. That link, you said there was a link, I think a tutorial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's going to come with the email, after class email. So make sure it doesn't go into your junk email box. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll also want to take a look at online. I'll send you a link. I'll put a link in that email also to a session that one of our guides has by the name of Marv. It's an orientation session to our website that will help you a lot with some of the questions that you might have. Is that okay?
Yeah, because I wanted the Spanish. Other languages also, especially Spanish. Any information on Spanish I'm looking for.
Okay. And I'm looking for your email, but I don't see it here. Okay, hold on. I just made Max co-host, so he can help you too. This is challenging. We've got two different technical questions going on at one time here, and I don't have your email. And Max said, yeah.
You don't have mine? So
No,
should I write in the chat right now?
Yes. Fine.
Okay.
You can send it to, do you see the drop down? Send it to Max.
Okay, I just went to, I think it just went general.
Okay, let's see.
9tej432@gmail.com.
And did you click enter? Because I still am not seeing it.
9tej432@gmail.com. Okay.
There it is. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because this is my first time. I didn't even know what this was all about. I didn't know if it was a senior center or what. I had no idea.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot going on and we're growing all the time, and we will go ahead and send you, I will make sure that you get that email to help you, or put that link in there to Marv's class, because I think that will really help you a lot. And Marv is a great guy. He'll answer all kind of questions for you, as well as help you find anything about Spanish classes.
Okay.
Or anything. I think we have interest groups on Spanish. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I did see Spanish on the schedule. Now that I remember it, because I always check the schedules, and if I had to have the time and I wasn't sure of my schedule, then I go into the launch and I just launch you right away.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You can do that. You can register, or you can go in and launch kind of at the last minute.
Yeah. Right. In case I missed the registered one, I get into the launch.
Good suggestion. There you go from somebody. Gertrude Nargis comes to lots of our classes, so she knows her way around a lot with this website. So there's an introduction for you. You can look for Nargis in some other classes, and you guys will have a connection. So I'm just going to. Can you see the screen right now?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
So here's introduction to the wines of Spain. Here's interest group, Let's Speak Spanish.
Yep.
So those are the ones. And this one, it looks like so you will need to notify because right now.
This looks like, that looks like a good group right there, intermediate, which I am. I think it said, when is that class? Oh,
well,
I thought I saw something.
It looks like right now they're not on the it's not on the schedule. So add yourself to the notify list and watch. We are still really trying to get those up and running.
Okay.
So they only run every so often. We need more people who are interested in teaching some Spanish classes. So
okay, that's something I was thinking about myself, but you know, beginners, I used to get good marks in Spanish. My pronunciation was poor, but it got much better. But what holds me back, I'm afraid I'm forgetting English. I want to say a word and I forget something. So I don't know what we could do. But it's something I was thinking about.
Yeah, well, maybe getting involved with the interest group, or even saying that you're interested with somebody at Get Set Up would get you started. You could maybe even host another interest group. We do like to do that, and people like to get involved in that way, that there's social hours and interest groups as opposed to classes like this that can be more interactive, where you are kind of facilitating rather than feeling like you had to teach a class per se. You just have conversation about what you all are interested in. So that's something to just keep in mind. There's lots of ways to be involved at Get Set Up, and we're a social and learning site is what the way I think of it.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Deb. I think Victor is finished with me because he just sent me a chat, a message there. So I guess we'll keep in touch.
No,
okay.
I hope that works out for you. I hope when I see you in the next class, I can check in and you can give me a thumbs up.
Well, I wasn't getting any video yesterday, so the classes, I couldn't do the video. And today I thought, okay, let me reboot and try again. And then suddenly it came on. I thought, okay.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? What kind of things happen? Well, it does, as Kathy or somebody said in the beginning of the class, it all keeps us humble, these things.
Yeah.
I see Victor was giving you the thumbs up there, so it sounds like we're on our way with this.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. See you in the next class.
Yeah, okay.
And Kathy, are you still there? I feel as though I haven't addressed your question. Are you still there? Maybe Kathy didn't have a question. She's just
okay. I guess then maybe I'll go, because you said somebody will contact me. That you said, I think you said the general.
Well, I'll send you that email. I think Max, you're going to get in touch with Gertrude or reach out a little bit there.
Yes, I'm gonna send her the details about her question soon. Okay.
Okay. Could you use my telephone number too? Would that be easier?
No, I just need your email address.
Oh, okay.
So just check your email.
Okay, I did that. Yeah.
And Max, would you mind sending her the link to Marv's class, the orientation class?
Yeah, sure.
That would probably be best in that email that you send her.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Max. All right, Gertrude. Well,
thank you so much. Thank you. I'll tell people I know about this organization.
Well, yeah. We hope so.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, so it's just, so it's just us, Max and Victor. Do you have any questions, or do you want to talk at all? I was really kind of surprised that I didn't know you were coming in, so I wasn't sure what your role would be or how you wanted to interact. Any input?
Yeah, we are just acting as an observer today. Actually, it's not our class. We just observe. We are new to the Get Set Up, actually.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I didn't know what to do. So it would have been that's always nice to kind of have a heads up when somebody's showing up in the class, just to know that that's what you were doing. I wouldn't have put you in that position, so I apologize.
No. You don't need to apologize. Actually, we are happy that we are working on the very first day.
Yeah, well, That's true. There's no, no substitute for jumping in with both feet. So thank you for helping out with that, and good luck to you. So is this your very first day?
Yeah, this is our first day. Actually, no, yeah, the platform that we are using, it's for our first, right? I think the Bex is also having the first class, right, Bex?
So it was great experience learning with you guys, and you guys are teaching very well.
Well, thanks. I had more things happen today than I've ever had happen in a class that didn't work, and that was a little thinking on my feet too. So it wasn't going as smoothly as I would have liked it, but we all got through it, and I think that we satisfied our learners. So that's the important.
Yeah, sure, we'll definitely help you in the future to get smooth through your classes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Good luck to you. And
You're most welcome. Thank you.
You guys have, before you hang up, can I just ask you to put yourself, can you put yourself on camera?
Yeah, sure.
There you are. Okay, now that's much better. Now listen, when you guys come to class, if you come to my classes and you sit in, that's so important to be on camera with learners and also with me. So I understand you're not doing it when you're in the background, kind of trying to keep a low profile, but it really helps a lot. So it's nice to see your face.
We'll definitely be on video
Okay,
next time.
that's fantastic.
In your class, definitely.
All right. Well, take care. Have a great day.
You too.
There you are without your mask. That's cool. I might actually recognize
Deb, thank you. Deb, where are you from? From US?
I'm in York, Pennsylvania, in the US. Where are you from?
Pennsylvania. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Where
Thank
are you?
I enjoyed a lot.
Where?
I'm from Pakistan.
You're in
from
Lahore, Pakistan.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm from India.
You're from India. Okay. What part of India?
The northern part of India, Himachal Pradesh, the Himalayas region.
Okay. Very nice. It's so neat to be meeting people from all over the world and through this company. I like it.
We are actually happy to explore the world, actually. Right.
Well, thanks for taking care of our learners.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Bye, Deb.
Bye now. Take care.